Hello and welcome to this edition of Mornings. I'm Owen Carlin.
And I'm Audrey Keller. We've got a lot to catch you up on, so let's get right into it. Mr. Brumbaugh is back to test your knowledge with this week's Brumbaugh Challenge.
Hey, welcome to this week's Brumbaugh Challenge. Are you ready? Here goes. Who is the most famous fictional orangutan? The answer when we get back.
North Penn School's chess club had a match against Norristown. Our knights manipulated their knights in a battle of the minds. Chess club had a successful season so far. Up next for the knights on the chessboard is a match against Germantown Academy in 2 weeks. So good luck to you guys.
If you were not able to attend Republic Night, no worries. Risa Frost has more on this amazing night.
Indian Cultural Association held their annual Republic Night last Friday. The event showcased dancing, music, and presentations from students and members of the community celebrating Indian culture.
We're celebrating the independence of India, which is obviously big, for our culture. We love celebrating different events, and this is just one of the ways we all come together as a community to celebrate our unity. And it brings everyone together, through the sharing of art and dance and music, and it's just a really great event to explore that.
A lot of different people from all different backgrounds can come and have a great time to celebrate something where they don't even realize they're celebrating some history or celebrating culture is the greatest part, because you're doing those two things without even thinking about it. So we donate money to several different foundations. They support teachers in India. Indian Cultural Association is one of the biggest clubs at North Penn High School. It's nice that we are constantly giving back to our community, because these events, they can't happen without the community coming out. So it's only the right thing to do and give back.
Reporting for North Penn Television, I'm Risa Frost.
Have you ever wanted to know what the bus mechanic's responsibilities are? We throw it over to Ayush Makadia to continue our drive into the transportation department and explore the world of North Penn bus mechanics.
North Penn Transportation is something we're all familiar with, but there's a lot you may not know about this department. We continue our dive into the world of North Penn Transportation with bus mechanic Mr. McGowan to learn about the role of a bus mechanic and the many responsibilities they take care of.
My basic responsibilities are to make sure that the buses are overall safe and that they get fixed properly. I also do the budget for the shop, make sure we have all the right parts, and just make sure everything stays running properly.
In a rare event a bus breaks down, what considerations are taken?
It depends on the breakdown. If it's overheating, we will go out, we'll take water, try to get the bus to cool down and get it back here safely. Usually we'll take a spare bus out, we'll swap with the driver and any kids that are on board. Sometimes we have to tow them back if it's something we can't fix on the road. Other times we're able to get them back here, get them in the shop, and get them fixed.
And how do you determine if a bus needs to be fixed?
It's variables. It could be anything from, if the bus says it's running hot, it could be anything from a thermostat to a water pump to just the gauge being wrong. You have to go in order of how you learn things going through, being a mechanic for however many years. You start with one thing and you just work your way down the line until you find what fixes it.
There has been a recent transition from diesel to propane-fueled buses, but does this change pose any challenges?
I wouldn't say they're harder to fix. I mean, they're new, so it's a learning curve. We're learning as we get them and what's needed to fix them properly and keep them on the road.
We thank our North Penn Transportation bus mechanics for all they do to keep our buses safe and running properly. Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Ayush Makadia.
Next week's Night in the Spotlight is Malini Condescetti. Tune in next week to find out why she loves North Penn.
We have Holly Marlin in the studio to give you this week's lowdown. How are you doing this morning, Holly?
Thanks, Owen. I'm doing fantastic this morning. Now let's jump right into the lowdown. Yearbooks are being sold until March 1st. Make sure to buy one on the Jostens website soon, as this is the last chance to be guaranteed you get a yearbook. The North Penn High School Italian Club will be selling carnations to students for $2 per flower. There will be a paper attached to each flower where you can write a message. This is the perfect gift for your significant other and friends. These will be delivered to your nighttime on Valentine's Day. Pre-sale for the flowers will be from February 6th through February 8th during all lunch periods. Carnations will be sold in the senior cafeteria. Senior trip health forms are due today. Be sure to turn yours in at the health suite along with a copy of your insurance card. Thespian Troupe's 5464's 24th Annual Night of the Arts Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS Gala is coming up next Friday, February 10th. Join them for a night of student performances highlighting the importance of theater arts and the fight against AIDS. No tickets needed to attend, but donations are appreciated. All proceeds go to the BC EFA organization. That's all we have for this week's Lowdown. I'm Holly Marlin, sending it back to the desk.
The long-reigning battle between students and teachers has returned.
They are currently tied 3-3, so let's see who's going to take the lead with this week's Teacher v. Student Challenge.
Hey, I'm Audrey Keller, and this is Teacher v. Student. So today, the question has to do with Groundhog Day, as Groundhog Day was yesterday. So, the question is, when the groundhog sees its shadow, what does that mean? The answer is 6 more weeks of winter. So, come on. What does the groundhog seeing his shadow, what does that mean?
Oh, I never heard that ever.
Groundhog Day? You don't know the premise of Groundhog Day?
Nope.
Oh.
It means that there'll be 6 more weeks of winter.
Correct. Thank you. Yeah. What does it mean when a groundhog sees its shadow?
6 more weeks of winter?
Yeah, correct! What does it mean when the groundhog sees its shadow?
6 more weeks of winter.
Correct.
There will be 6 weeks of winter?
Correct!
Oh,
yay!
Yeah.
When the groundhog sees its shadow, what does that mean?
When the groundhog sees his shadow, we're gonna have shadow is spring is gonna be here soon.
Wrong. And it's a tie. Freeze frame.
We have Mr. Monero with Frankie Gallagher in the studio this morning to inform you all about singing Valentines. Mr. Monero?
Well, Frankie, you look rather tall and human today.
Yeah, no puppets for us.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what that is. By the way, Mr. Chris Young, you are on my list for not knowing that question about the groundhog. Common knowledge. Science teacher, nonetheless. The groundhog's all about science.
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day means one thing, Frankie.
And
what's coming up next?
Valentine's Day.
That's right. And here at North Penn High School, we have a long-standing tradition at Valentine's Day. What is it?
That's right. We have our Singing Valentines coming up this year. It's where we essentially go around, boys and girls go around singing to requested students with a little message in there. We're selling them today for $5 at all lunch periods, so come and get them.
So let me get this straight. If I'm like a wee little sophomore here at North Penn High School, and I've never seen this before, I go to the cafeteria for just a measly $5. I can send a singing telegram essentially to anybody in the school on Valentine's Day.
You're correct.
Is it possible for teachers, perhaps, to send one to their Tier 1 friends in the building? Is that a thing?
Absolutely. We always welcome teachers singing Valentines.
Okay. Now, I understand that Frankie is a very good singer, and I asked him if he would give us a little sample, but you have to pay to see that, right?
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything, so you're going to have to pay to see that.
All right. Well, we look forward to that next week. Always a great thing here when the singers come into the classroom. A little shout out to the great Mr. Matthew Clank, who is the brains behind the operation, right?
Yeah, we couldn't do it without him.
Awesome. All right, well, have a great weekend, everybody. Get those singing Valentines, and the Italian Club says buy those carnations too, all to celebrate the love in the air in the month of February. Way to go, Frankie. Have a great weekend, North Penn. Let's send it back to those folks at the desk.
Thanks, Mr. Monero. Hey, Owen, what's your favorite Muppet or Sesame Street character?
Well, that's a bit of an odd question, but if I had to choose, I'd probably go with Kermit, just like someone very earnest yet determined in his pursuits and everything. What about you, Audrey?
I'd have to say Beaker, the one that goes like beep 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 beep. For this week's question of the week, we wanted to know what your favorite Muppet or Sesame Street character was.
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
Piggy. Miss Piggy and Elmo. Elmo.
Elmo. Elmo.
Elmo.
Kermit.
Kermit and Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster.
Abby, by far.
Big Bird. Big Bird. Big Bird. Big Bird.
Big Bird. Big Bird.
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
The Swedish Chef.
Animal.
Animal.
Fozzie.
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar.
Oscar.
Oscar. Oscar. Oscar. Oscar. Oscar the Grouch.
The dude in the trash can.
Sadly, one of the girls has caught a horrible case of senioritis and won't be returning to the Dude Report. Let's find a replacement on this week's Dude Report.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Dude Report. For the weather,
it will be windy and cold.
And the letter day is an A day. A is for audition, because we need to find another dude because Holly's not here.
Hi, I'm Mr. Meehan, and I'm auditioning to be a dude on the Dude Report. Dude.
Hi, I'm Mr. Brumbaugh, and I want to be a dude. So here are my jokes. What did the fish say when he bumped his head? Damn. And what do you call fish with no eyes? Psh. See, I like engaging in piscatorial pursuits. Bet you didn't know that, but now you do.
I'm Mr. Fry, and I'm auditioning to be on the Dude Report. Cooking show, me and Mr. Burger, cooking with Burger and Fry. So what's your budget? Because I think like explosions would be really good. Anything involving a puppet, interviewing people that the puppet is asking the people. That's a good one.
Breaking news! We are currently getting word that Holly will return in the upcoming Dude Reports.
That's right. I'm back, baby, and nothing can bring me down.
On this joyous note, let's turn it over to Mr. Brumbaugh for the answer to this week's Brumbaugh Challenge.
Hey, welcome back. The answer you've all been waiting for. The most famous fictional orangutan was King Louie in the Jungle Book. And he wasn't even an original character in the Rudyard Kipling story. Bet you didn't know that? Now you do. Thanks for playing this week's Brumbaugh Challenge.
The winner of this week's Brumbaugh Challenge is Daniel Barnhart. That's all we have on this edition of Mornings. I'm Owen Carlin.
And I'm Audrey Keller. Download the NPTV app on the Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Roku. Also, don't forget to check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/NPTV, as well as our Instagram and TikTok at North Penn Television. Thank you and have a great day, North Penn.